Hi guys, my name is Sebastian Green and I want to talk about a story from my past that could help someone else. I'm a recovering heroin slash drug addict and I have been sober for 2 years now. I can tell you that if you or someone you know needs help, there is definitely help out there. It takes a lot of courage, commitment, and humility to seek the help, but it's worth every uncomfortable moment and embarrassment. I'm going to touch on my story in hopes that someone relates and sees that they can get sober too. So a little bit of background. I began using drugs at a very young age. It started as some alcohol here and there at family events. I would see the adults drinking and having a good time, so I wanted to feel a part of. Most of my childhood, I always felt different, like I never belonged or something was wrong with me. So seeing adults drinking and being happy is what first made me intrigued with substances. At age 11, I tried my first drug, which was a painkiller. Um, and after an hour after taking it, I felt free. Um, I felt content with myself, and I actually felt happy, which was new to me. This quickly turned into an everyday thing. By age 21 or by age 12, I was a full-blown drug addict. Alcohol, pills, and weed were my daily norm. I needed these things to feel okay with myself. I found the other kids who were using drugs, and I felt like I had arrived. I found my group of friends who wanted to do everything I wanted to do. Next is the progression. This drug use turned into a daily thing, and with this, the consequences began to happen. By age 13, I was an active pill addict who needed pills just to not be sick. I was a wannabe gangster, and I began getting into a lot of trouble with the law. I ended up overdosing at age 13, and shortly afterwards, I was sent to rehab. But this didn't help because I wasn't finished. My drug use went up after leaving rehab prematurely, and I found out about all the other drugs I wanted to use and had not tried yet. I began getting suspended and expelled from every high school I went to. By age 15, I began using heroin and meth. Then I was kicked out of my mom's house and when I was homeless on the streets. From age 15 till 19, I was on and off the streets. Heroin became a daily intake and I was quickly dependent on it. Family wasn't in my life very much at this point in my life, and I pushed everyone away who loved me. At age 19, my little sister passed away from a drug overdose at age 17. Guilt, shame, and remorse struck me, and my drug use went higher. I became depressed, hopeless, and unwilling to live. I wanted to use as many drugs as I could to kill myself. I eventually got arrested once again and was court ordered to rehab again for 2 years. I had 4 years sober and entering once leaving treatment at age 20. I moved out of treatment, but was delusional to think that I didn't have to go to Alcoholics Anonymous anymore, nor did I need to continue to be accountable for my actions. A month after celebrating 4 years of sobriety, I relapsed. The thought process behind it was weed wasn't my issue, so I could use it like a gentleman. For me, this wasn't the case, and literally the next day after smoking weed, I was picking up heroin once again. I was intending to only use heroin once, but this one time turned into a daily 2 gram habit for the next 2 years. I lost everything: my girlfriend, my family, my car, my job, and my apartment. Everything I worked so hard for was once again slipping through my hands. I ended up being at a bus stop at 5 o'clock in the morning, dope sick and suicidal. This was my bottom. I reached out to someone I knew who was still sober from my second treatment center. He convinced me to come back into rehab. I ended up getting clean off all substances on June 12th, 2022. I entered rehab once again 3 days later and began my journey into sobriety. This time in recovery, things are a little different. I understand that I am powerless over drugs and alcohol, and I need a higher power and like minded people around me to stay sober. I have a bunch of friends today who push me to become a better person. I enjoy being in AA and actively participate in my recovery. I am blessed to sponsor other members in AA, and I absolutely prefer this life over the despair of using drugs. My life isn't perfect today, and I have a ton of medical issues as a result of my relapse, but I am more happier today and content than I think I have ever been my whole life. If you or someone you know who are struggling with addiction, I'm here to tell you things do get better, but it requires for you to put action into it and constantly not get what you want. The rewards of this are far greater than any materialistic object I have. Peace of mind and love for myself and others are my greatest gifts today. Thank you very much.